Award-winning actor Seputla Sebogodi has been laid to rest at the Silicon Cemetery in Polowane. This after he passed on a week ago following the complications that are related to diabetes. It was in a very lively, full of song memorial funeral service where we saw speaker after speaker speaking about his passion for the arts, but also his commitment to the family. One of those people who paid tribute is parliamentarian Mr. Donald Silamulele, who actually is also a family friend. Mr. Donald Silamulele, thank you so much for your time. You gave a heartfelt tribute to somebody that you knew personally. How will you remember him?
Well, I'll remember Seputla as that son of Africa, as that son of our people who contributed everything he had to ensuring that he passed the knowledge to our people, especially our young people. I have lived and worked with Seputla for quite some time. Every other time when I was still in the youth directorate here, I would work with him for various projects. But even after that, we continued to have a very solid relationship. And I can say there was a lot to learn from Seputla. But what was inspiring most about Seputla was that he was an activist. He was committed to the cause of the liberation of our people, particularly young people, from the triple challenges of poverty, inequality, and unemployment. He was such an inspiring soul that complicated situation or complex equations, he'll make them simple. And even in hardships, I mean, people knows that he went through hardships like any other artist will go, like any other individual will have up and downs in life. Even in his lowest moment, he was still a man full of courage, full of life. That's how I'll remember him, a legend, a son of South African people, a dedicated artist, an activist by right, and all the great things about him. And indeed, may his great gods live with him and ensure that he gets his prepared place in his foregone dwelling place.
Speaking about his activism, him as an activist, you spoke at length. It was actually a call for artists to unite. You spoke about that amendment bill that's supposed to protect their economic rights, that they are the ones who are supposed to be pushing for it. Let's talk about what do you think should be done to honor his memory, specifically looking at how he also participated in the push for this amendment bill to be finally passed.
First and foremost is the call we have made to the artists of South Africa across the spectrum to unite, because it is only when they are united and when they approach things as a united front that will then be able to move art forward in this country. I sit in my other responsibility as the deputy chairperson of the subcommittee of art in the country, in the ANC, and from time to time I know the challenges that we have to deal with every day, having to deal with artists. And one of the challenges that they approach us to assist them, but from a fragmented point of view. That is why that special call for them to unite. Secondly is that as far as the amendment bill is concerned, we are one of the countries where artists are not necessarily having their rightful space in the economy because probably of the legislations that are there. And I think the government of the day is prepared to work side by side with the artists to ensure that there is order and there is direction in terms of ensuring that they claim their rightful place in the economic activity of the country. But what becomes a problem is how they remain fragmented. That is why that call. But also, in as far as Seputla is concerned, in as far as honoring his legacy, it will do us better, it will do everyone good, if indeed proclamations such as this amendment that we are dealing with are fast-tracked and implemented soonest, so that we assist these artists. We cannot continue to be a country, unlike other countries. We are one of the countries in the world, by the way, where we are actually rich with talent, but we are one of the countries in the inverse, where you have artists dying paupers. We cannot afford to continue to have that situation. Our artists must work side by side with the government, must work side by side with the African National Congress, because in the apartheid time, it is artists who assisted the African National Congress and other liberation movement to liberate this country. That is why my call to them, despite the fact that there might be challenges with the government of the day here and there, they have a responsibility to defend this government, ensure that this government, which by the way has created a very fertile ground for them to work, work side by side with it to ensure that it assists them to lay a necessary basis to create that dwelling place in the economic activity of the country.
Thank you so much, sir, Mr. Donald Silamulela. That's a member of parliament and a family friend of the Sebogodi family bidding farewell to Mr. Sebogodi.